Congratulations! Congratulations on 1 subscriber. Now, to celebrate my first subscriber and the change of the channel name, we're gonna make the cheapest flashlights in the world. Now, to make a flashlight we need a power source and the light source. Maybe I should have said it in the opposite, as the bare minimum. And while your typical flashlight would likely use AA cells, probably a single AA, and it would have a step-up converter. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, they need a step-up converter, so that's not exactly the cheapest way to do it. Even the cheapest boost converters aren't free. You need a coil for that and something that switches the coil and a diode. Maybe you could get away with just the LED as a diode. And still, then you need a battery holder. Well, like this for 2 AA's. And this shit costs money. And so I'm gonna use a CR2032 since they are among the cheapest if you know where to buy them. However, they came in this flimsy, shitty... What the fuck is this? Some of them were shorted on arrival. There was no foil on the top of this shit. So many of them were already dead on arrival, and even the good ones are pretty shitty quality. What you find in most horribly shitty and cheap flashlight kind of things, like keychains, is they will just take a white LED, a 3mm LED, and just rely on the internal impedance of the battery. This isn't very bright. But it doesn't matter, we are going for the cheapest possible flashlight. And we have probably just done it already. Should I call it a day? Was it really so easy? As it turns out, not at all. If we head over to the usual suspect, the Shenzhen market, source of cheapest electronics, and search for 100 or 1000 white LEDs, because otherwise we'll get red LEDs that are slightly cheaper than white. As we see on the first page, when sorting by price, it's all surface mount LEDs. The Tru-Hole ones are still cheap but significantly more expensive, and 0603s are slightly cheaper than 0805, so these are the winners. So our winner has been decided, and these are the 0805, no, the, yeah, 0603 white. This is what that was close. This is what it looks like. A single 0603 LED. Soldering this would be a pain in the ass. And also solder costs. I'm running out of solder right now. And I once made the mistake of buying Chinese solder, which as you can see is a bit different color, a bit darker. As if it was oxidized. Does it say if it's... yeah, flux 2%. Can you see it? I think you can. And it's pretty heavy. I mean, the reel is pretty heavy. So you think that you got yourself some amount of solder? Yeah, bullshit. Look at this. Can you spot the difference between the two reels? Okay, that's over 0 grams. 6 grams, and this one is 62 grams. So yeah, here's your 50 grams of solder on a 60 gram spool. And the reason why I haven't used it up is because it doesn't stick to anything. It doesn't flow. It doesn't flow at all. I might cast something out of this shitty solder, but it's absolutely not good for soldering. So since this is a low-cost electronics channel and solder costs money, I'm gonna weld the surface mount 0603 LED directly to the battery. Here's my bench power supply, and here's a capacitor. The other reason why I'm not going to solder the LED directly to the battery, even though I have already soldered directly to AA batteries. I have even soldered to 18650s, but in case of 18650s there are usually, since I salvage them from old laptop batteries, etc., focus if they have these tabs which I just fold together and leave in place so that I can solder to the tabs and not directly to the battery, so I don't heat the batteries up as much. And I have attempted to solder directly to CR2032s. Luckily I was wearing my glass safety squints back then, so it exploded. It really exploded. I was soldering, it's not hot now, and the solder just didn't stick to it. So I continued to heat it up more and more, and I scratched the surface and I applied more flux and heated it up again with more heat, and eventually it exploded. There was quite a bit of smoke and black crumbs of whatever the internals of these batteries are. If you need to solder a battery directly to a PCB, you need to get these batteries with tabs welded to them, not soldered. They aren't as cheap, but it's the only way. Either you get a holder or you get batteries with welded tabs, which are meant to be soldered. And now for our low-cost flashlight. Since we have already determined that the through-hole LEDs are much more expensive than the what was it? Surface mount LEDs, 0603 LEDs. We are going for the cheapest possible LEDs, and let's charge up the capacitor to 12 volts, no worries. And let's try, well, here's the thing, if you now short it, it sparks, and well, that wasn't very much. 12 volt doesn't cut it. Let's give it 20 volts. Let's watch the world burn. Oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. And now the leads are welded together. Dong. That's really tiny. Okay, are there... Oh, my tweezers are a bit dirty. Guess what? I'm gonna clean them. They are white now. That's a nice lazy method for cleaning them. CR2032 with an LED. Look, it has a tiny marking. A tiny triangle. I've put on some additional optics. I can't solder things this small without extra optics. Now that we know the polarity, if I touch it to both contacts of the battery at the same time, it glows, it's alive. However, welding it is gonna be a real freaking challenge. Oh boy. Nope. I'm gonna... What? Oh yeah. That did... Nope. Shorted my leads on the capacitor. That's fun. I'll increase the voltage. Let's give it 30 volts. The polarity checks out. This should give me some bigger sparks and more energy. I have welded the capacitor pretty well to the battery, but I haven't welded the LED to the battery. Good thing I'm wearing my safety squints. I don't recommend doing this at home. Normally if you weld things like that, you do this with bond wire. Like a tiny golden wire. Yes, now it's in place. It's not glowing though. Even if I press it against... Oh why? Oh why? Even if I press the LED against the battery, it's no longer glowing. Well, seems like we've got one dead LED here. That was fun. This is definitely lots of fun. that spark had a bit of energy, and now my LED is flown elsewhere. That's fun. Nope. It only sparked with the point that... Are you welded? Yes, you are. That's fun. Now let's push it against the battery. Is the polarity wrong? I think the polarity may be wrong. So now it's in place. Ah, damn. Either the LED has already died. Nope. It was wrong polarity. Ah, it was in reverse polarity. Well, now it's welded to my capacitor. And we see some weld marks. So, don't try this at home. Whoa, that was a bit of a spark. And guess what? It's in place. It's in place. That's a success. Now, I've got to repeat this success one more time on the other pad. What are the odds that I will succeed twice in a row? Oh, for frog snacks. It's welded to my capacitor lead. This isn't going terribly well, is it? That's weird. It seems like that pad is welded indeed, but yet it doesn't light up. Let's try. Okay, it's still in place, that's a good sign. Well, now it's welded, that's for sure. Or is it? Yeah, pretty much. Okay. That's very weird that it's not making good electrical contact on that first lead. I mean, pad, not lead. It's surface mount. Oh, that's close. That's so close. I can feel the taste of victory. Do the same thing all over again. Oh, is it? It is welded. And also dead, by the looks of it. No, not dead yet. So there is hope. There is hope left. No, there wasn't any hope left. It is dead. Let's get another one. Another one bites the dust. Okay, that's the correct polarity. Now, charge the capacitor. I'm getting better at this. I think this pad has like refraculated itself into the 6th dimension. I'm this close to victory. Victory over inanimate objects is the best victory. Ah, for frog snacks! Right when I succeeded, the camera ran out of memory. That's fun. I've managed to get this to work. Now, get you some optics. Here's what the battery surface looks like right now. It's beautiful. It looks a bit maybe like the moon surface. So it's beautiful. And the LED is on. I can even touch it. Move my fingers around it. It's welded. Both pads are welded to the battery. Was it worth the effort? I'm gonna cut out a piece of double-sided sticky foamy tape, stick it onto the positive side of the battery, and I'm gonna proudly stick it onto something. Yeah, my finger is a good thing to stick it onto. Yes. Yes, this is gonna be the new trend. Yes. Yes, absolutely. So, yes. And since my camera is running out of battery and storage, thanks for watching. Thanks for the 1 subscriber. I appreciate it.